larger than life. But at first, I didn't like him at all. You know, I didn't. I thought he was like, you know, ick. I didn't like him because, you know, Sean and I were very different that way. You know, I was very, like, family-oriented, and that's how I was raised. Once I got to know him, and, you know, we became friends first, and then we developed this bond. We both understood where we were at that time in our lives, and we both knew nobody else understood exactly how we felt. So in that way, we kind of bonded.
They say what you sow is what you reap. Her past is finally catching up with her, and regrets might be crawling up her skin. But what if it's all smoke and no fire? Was she truly a part of something sinister, now paying for her misdeeds? Late 1990s, New York City was alive. And right in the thick of it, Jennifer Lopez, fiery, determined, and absolutely magnetic, was carving her name into the spotlight. She was the star everyone wanted to know, and she had the world eating out of her hand.
We had to like hold each other like this, you know, we was gonna do some salsa dancing, and then, so I'm holding like this, then I look up and I look into her eyes, and I just fell in love from right then and there. It was just like the first time I fell in love, like love at first sight.
And then there was Diddy. He was a man of charisma. It took no time for the two hottest people in New York to get together. When the news dropped that Diddy and Jennifer Lopez were a thing, the world was taken away by a storm. They were bold, glamorous, and impossible to ignore. Red carpets turned into their personal runway. Diddy was her partner in every sense of the word, and while they were busy conquering the world, another king was climbing the throne, Jay-Z.
It's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire's lunch.
His friendship with Diddy didn't go unnoticed. They were brothers in ambition, dominating an industry that had never seen anything like them before. But power connects people in ways you'd never expect. Jennifer, through her love for Diddy, found herself standing shoulder to shoulder with Jay-Z. They had exclusive parties, industry events, and backstage at sold-out shows, all the kinds of connections most people could only dream of. And yet, beneath all the glamour, there was a tension. A subtle undercurrent that no one could quite put their finger on. It was as if the universe was hinting that something wasn't quite right. Jennifer was blissfully unaware, living her dream wrapped up in love and ambition.
She was married at the time, so I was in my own relationship, so I had to have self-control. And then we just became friends. I was a dancer, she was a dancer. I was ambitious, she was ambitious. I was a workaholic.
But fate had other plans. She had no idea what was waiting just around the corner, creeping closer with every passing moment. The secrets, the lies, the rumors, they were all biding their time, waiting to explode. Because in this world of stars and shadows, nothing stays hidden forever. What was about to happen? And more importantly, was she ready for it? September 7th, 2000s. The VMAs just wrapped up, and the night was far from over. The after-party was where the real magic happened. Stars toasted to their wins. Laughter echoed through the room. And everywhere you looked, someone famous was deep in conversation or lost in the music. But beneath the surface of this perfect Hollywood scene, there was an unease. Something wasn't right. Jay-Z was in his element. At the peak of his career, he was magnetic, commanding attention effortlessly. And then, amidst the sea of familiar faces, there was her. A young girl no older than 13, standing awkwardly in a corner, clearly out of place. Her wide eyes darted nervously around the room, taking in the chaos and luxury that surrounded her. At first, no one seemed to care. People glanced her away, shrugged, and carried on. She didn't belong here. Who brought her? And why did no one step in to question it? Her story began earlier that evening. She had come to New York City with stars in her eyes. No ticket to the VMAs, no real plan. Just a young girl swept up in the allure of fame. But as fate would have it, her path crossed with a limo driver, allegedly linked to Diddy. "Want to see the real party?" he had asked, a sly grin on his face. "A perfect fit," he whispered. It was an offer she couldn't resist. How could she? This was her chance to brush shoulders with legends, to step into a world she had only seen on TV. She climbed into the car without hesitation. The ride was a blur of anticipation, her heart racing as the city lights zipped past. When they arrived, she was ushered in like any other guest. No questions asked. Once inside, the shining lights were overwhelming. A reddish-yellow drink was pressed into her hand, a gesture so casual she didn't think to question it. She took a sip. The effects were immediate. Her head swam, her vision blurred, and the strange heaviness settled over her. She tried to shake it off, but the room seemed to close in around her. Stumbling, she found her way into a quiet room, collapsing onto the bed. What was happening? This was supposed to be her dream night, but it was quickly becoming a nightmare. Then the door opened. Sean Diddy Combs, Jay-Z, and a woman. Diddy aggressively approached her with a crazed look in his eyes, grabbing her and said, "You are ready to party." She blinked up at them, her mind a foggy mess. Their presence filled the room, each of them radiating power and authority. She tried to make sense of the situation, but the pieces wouldn't come together. Diddy and Jay-Z started to take turns, while the mystery woman was just watching. A blurry face, but the girl was sure of who she was. Tensions escalated. A heated confrontation broke out between her and someone else at the party. And then, blackness. When she came to, chaos had erupted. The once glittering party was now a tangled mess of whispers, accusations, and secrets. Everyone was caught up in the fallout, their carefully curated images crumbling under the weight of what had just happened. At the center of it all, Diddy, Jay-Z, and the mystery woman. But who was she? The woman in the room. At first, the whispers suggested it was Beyoncé, but now the spotlight shifted to someone else. Could it really have been her?
I could always see you getting back with Puffy in a little way.
I remember you said
Yes.
that.
Or in my mind.
Look at that. Look at.
Or in my mind, getting together permanently with
first of all.
Pitbull.
By 2001, the whirlwind romance of Jennifer Lopez and Diddy came to an abrupt end. Their breakup marked the conclusion of one of Hollywood's most high-profile love stories. Post-breakup, Jennifer threw herself into her work, with back-to-back music hits and starring roles in blockbuster movies. She carved out her path to becoming a global superstar. Her interactions with Jay-Z became strictly professional. It was as if she was trying to get her mind off of something. It seemed as though Jennifer had successfully distanced herself from the shadows of her past. But, as they say, the past has a way of catching up with you. Just as the questions surrounding the infamous after-party began to fade, something happened, something big. Diddy got arrested. The air was thick with whispers of allegations, legal troubles that seemed to grow by the hour. But as the world was digesting the news, an even bigger bombshell dropped. In 2024, headlines exploded with shocking claims. A lawsuit emerged accusing Diddy and Jay-Z of assaulting a 13-year-old girl at the very same 2000's MTV Video Music Awards after-party. But they were not alone, right? There was a mystery woman, and one name kept popping up in conversations: Jennifer Lopez. Why? Old photos from the after-party resurfaced. One particular image caught the internet's attention. It showed Jennifer standing by Diddy's side. The photo was a snapshot of the night in question, A moment frozen in time. Jennifer appeared to be in a heated discussion with Diddy. Maybe she was talking about what had happened behind the doors. He stood casually, drink in hand, leaning against the wall. "Jennifer Lopez, are you kidding me?" People started to say in disbelief, dripping from their words. "Tell me Beyoncé or Jennifer wasn't there." Another pleaded. Could Jennifer Lopez have been the mystery woman mentioned in the allegations? Or was this simply a case of being in the wrong place at the wrong time? Jennifer has chosen silence. While the allegations pile up and social media buzzes with speculation, Jennifer is confused on her own life and has finalized her divorce from Ben Affleck. But while she's free to remain uninvolved, at least legally, the past isn't letting her off the hook so easily. Jay-Z, on the other hand, has found himself squarely in the spotlight. Another celebrity witnessed the assault of a minor at the after-party, yet did nothing. Jay-Z, however, is not one to take the allegations lightly. He fiercely denied the claims. "You have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same," he began. He pointed to the potential damage the allegations could cause to his family, particularly his eldest daughter, Blue Ivy. "My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims. And I mourn yet another loss of innocence." He even went on the offensive, revealing that he had filed an anonymous lawsuit against the woman's lawyer, Tony Busby, accusing him of attempted blackmail. Busby had allegedly demanded a settlement to keep the rape allegations from becoming public. Jay-Z refused to cave to what he described as fraudulent scheme, vowing to expose Busby in a very public fashion. "No, I will not give you one red penny," he said. While Jay-Z's response is direct and vehement, the allegations remain a dark cloud over his reputation. His defense of strict codes and honor, as his passionate denial of the accusations are met with both support and skepticism. People are confused at this point. The number of lawsuits emerging after Diddy's arrest, a man once considered to be a king, is unbelievable. For now, the pieces of this puzzle remain scattered. No direct link between the resurfaced photo and the assault allegations have been verified, and the broader context of the events that night is still murky. But what do you think? Is it really true? Or is this just another attempt to capitalize on the Diddy situation? Let us know in the comment section below. And make sure to check out our other Diddy stories. Don't forget to subscribe.